Hello YouTube, this is Galway Yu-Gi-Oh here, and this is a brand new deck profile. Today I'm bringing you Performapal, Pendulum, Draco, Amorphage, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's pretty much Draco Pals with some Amorphage cards since we have a lot of space since the previous ban list, taking away our Wavering Eyes. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Full main deck and extra deck, 40 cards, 15 cards. Of course, actually 14, oh no, there is 15 cards in the extra, but one is kind of a proxy. Up to you what you play instead. Straight in, we got the one Joker, makes sense. It's only at one, you can only play one, and two Donkey, which are like second and third Joker, except they're weak as shit. Lower attack, aren't a Pendulum monster, and require scales to get this ad. But it's still an ad, so it's still good. I might cut this down to 2, but I feel it's okay. I mean, I might cut this down to 1, but I feel it's okay at 2. They're pretty much all this kind of same card in the standard sense that it's getting you search though. Next up we got 2 Pendulum Sorcerer. Now a lot of people are going like, wait, why the hell are you running only 2 Pendulum Sorcerer? It's like the best card in the deck, and it's true, but it is very searchable when you do need it off whatever card, whether you search it off Joker, whether you search it off Monkey Board, whatever way you grab it off. But it's less useful in the hand now, because with Wavering Eyes this card in the hand was great because you could like have this card, Sork, with, say, any other card. I'm trying to think of one. Like Master, or Vector, or Ariadne, or Centric Archfiend, and you could just Wavering them both, get Monkey Board, and make it pro play, because you could just Pendulum on it back, and, you know, get infinite pluses off it. It's crazy. This is, like, +3, if you use it like that. But with Wavering gone, you need to open this plus both scales that are going to Pendulum summon it to do anything. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's a little less useful in the hand, but you could run 3. I actually thought about running 3 of this and 1 Donkey, but I opted to run the 2 of these instead, 2 and 2 instead. 1 Silver Claw, and you might go, why Silver Claw since it's like less useful effects over this guy. It not only does have some damage boosting effects which are okay, not super relevant but okay, but it's actually a 5 scale, which is the entire reason I did run it. It's a searchable 5 scale in this deck. Your other searchable high scale, which is this 8 scale here, you don't want to have it in your Pendulum Zone, you want to summon it because it's got a search effect. So I hope that makes sense. You also have other Performapal high scales like Lizard Draw and Greetartle, but they are not level 4 and therefore not really as useful when they're in the extra deck. Sorry. 1 Monkey Board, of course, that makes perfect sense. 3 Lizard Draw. I opted to run 3 Lizard Draw because I still think, because you've a lot of space in this deck, and I still think it's a very good card, especially when combined with Gui, and I run 2 of that. I don't run 3 Gui. I feel it's a bit too gloggy to run 3 of it. At least Lizard Draw gets rid of itself on the scale, unlike Gui, which you need to combo with something else. Of course, you do need to combo Lizard Draw with something else, but it can in some situations be Pendulum back. But more so than that, you can make plays with this card that you can't make with Gui, you know. Then for our Draco Pal engine, or Draco engine I guess, I run 1 Luster, of course it's at 1, 3 Master, 2 Vector, and I run no of the new card. The reason I don't run the new card is, and I could put it in, but the reason I don't run it is because I don't have it, but also because it is a high scale. And well, I did mention earlier on that I didn't have the reason I run Silver Claw is because it's high scale, but that's because it's a searchable high scale off of Sork. These aren't searchable outside of Draco Face Off, but I am going to, when I do get that copy of the card, put it in probably for the second Vector, simply because Rector or Lector, whatever the effect version is that just came out in Shvi, is a 5 scale and thus will allow you to pick and choose which scale you get off Face Off. For example, you could reveal this card plus Master, which are both 3 scales, to get a 3 scale, or you could reveal Luster plus Lector to get a 5 scale. It works out pretty well. Not an amazing card, honestly. I don't think it's going to make too much change to the deck, especially with Face Off at 1, but still I think relevant to consider instead of the second Vector. 3 Ariadne, not because it's too great anymore with Wavering gone, but it's still got some combos with either a Luster or with Pendulum Sork, and it's a good scale. Like, it's a good generic scale. And 1 Archfiend Eccentric, not as good without Wavering again, but I feel like being a high scale, you still deserve a spot. I still don't think it's I don't think it's as good as Ariadne because this card doesn't combo well with like other cards in the deck like this does. It only really combos as a toolbox searchable out to cards. And you only need one because you can only pendulum summon it back every turn to use its effect if you have the appropriate scales. I just think it has a less overall value now with Wavering gone. I do run the one Mass Chameleon. It's just there because it's a decent card and it takes up space. And the part you probably wanted to see is the Formage engine. Now I'm running 6 Amorphage Scales, and I'll go through them now, but they're not the scales I'd run in an ideal situation, and I'll explain a bit later. So we've got 2 3 scales, which are the one of Wrath and one of Pride, and then we have 4 5 scales, and 2 Gluttony, 1 Lechery, and 1 Envy. Okay, so I figured I wanted to run 3 of these total. These are the level 2 5 scales. There's 3 of them right here. And the reason I opted for this ratio because I feel like blocking out non-Amorphage monster effects is more important than blocking out non-Amorphage spell effects, because the PEPE matchup is much rarer now than the Cosmo matchup, and I'd prefer to stop effects than spells versus Cosmo. And on top of that, I also think it's kind of even against Monarchs. I think it doesn't really matter. You kind of win either way, no matter which one you put up. And also because Wrath right here stops tributing, so this is a win condition in the Monarch matchup too. Envy is okay, but it's just there because it's a level 4 5 scale, and 5 scales are the better ones, and it's level 4. Can't really go wrong with that. There's another card called Sloth, which is level 6, and I don't own that card. Level 6, it's a 3 scale, and it stops non-Amorphage searches, which is a good card actually, and I'd probably run that instead of Pride. But there's also another card that stops traps being used, and I'd run that instead of Pride too. I think it's called Greed. I'm not sure what they're all called. I think it's Greed, and I'd run Greed instead of Pride. But the other one, Sloth, is good, and I might run it instead of Envy, but it's kind of okay because it kind of shuts you down as well, whereas these other cards don't because they're floodgates, whereas that, while it's also a floodgate, doesn't stop them from winning. Like, these pretty much kill Cosmo and Monarchs, these ones right here. Sloth stops searches, which doesn't kill either of those decks. It just slows them down, but it also slows you down, you get what I mean? It's a double-edged sword, so to speak. So 6 of those scales, and I definitely would replace this Pride right here with the Greed. Other than that, maybe add in a Sloth. I think that's perfectly fine if you choose to. I don't think it's recommended per se. Up to you. And this is kind of what makes the deck useful, or makes these engines work. This is a Infection, or in 3 copies of it. Infection actually lets you search an Amorphage card. I'm pretty sure it's a card. Yeah, add 1 Amorphage card. So it can be a trap, a spell, a monster, whatever. But generally, it's going to be a monster, one of these scales, and this happens whenever a card is tributed or destroyed, no matter if it's an Amorphage or not. So if you use Pendulum Sword's effect with this, you could totally get a search out of it. It's a free search, and you can also search itself with itself. So if you had a play that involved destroying this card later in that turn, you could perfectly get a free copy of it once you destroyed your first card that turn, and thus replacing itself and getting a free destroy search off Pendulum Sword later in the turn if you so wished. It's a perfectly viable play. Although it's limited to once per turn activation, this card, so yeah, having multiples on the field is not going to do you anything since it's a hard once per turn. But it's still worth running 3 copies of because it's the card that makes this deck work. For the rest of the spells, we've 1 Draco Face-Off, it's at 1. 1 Upstart Goblin, it's at 1. 1 Instant Fusion because Norden's at 1, and I don't really want to run. It's not too great in this deck, anyways. But the reason I didn't run more is because I don't really want to run Carbonala Warrior or what's the other guy? Thousand Eyes Restrict, because, well, I don't think Thousand Eyes Restrict is that good a card, but the reason I don't run Carbonala is because I'm not running Palomero in this deck. I don't really feel it's too important, especially with Cosmo being such a big deck right now, rather than, and that doesn't really do shit to Cosmo. Well, it does, but as I said, the thing is, you don't want a soft lock. You want a kind of hard lock with this deck. So you want to kind of stop them winning it all. Like blocking out spells and monster effects versus Monarchs is just too good. I should mention about the morphages, but if you want to know what they do, check out my previous video on this channel, which explains what they do. But they force you to tribute cards every turn on your side of the field. These can be non-amorphages or amorphage monsters, but one of the cards on your field needs to be a morphage for the lock to apply. I mean, one of the monsters on your field. So you got to keep that in mind. That's why I'm running so many bad level 4 morphage monsters, just so I can get that lockup. I'm sorry for ranting. Yeah, check my last video out if you want to know more about morphages. And I run 4 counter traps. I run 2 scolding, 1 warning, 1 strike. The reason for this is because you won't resolve more than 1 Ariadne per turn, really, with the new build. You don't have Wavering Eyes. You might do something like with Luster, get it 1 search, and then later in the turn get a Sork search or something, but that's extremely rare. But the reason I've run this ratio is because you can reveal 2 scoldings plus warning, and they'll always give you the warning over giving you scolding. But if they don't, and they give you the they'll always give you the warning instead of the scolding. And next time, if you resolve it the second time in the in that turn, they have this choice to give you. So they'll probably give you the strike, because scolding's still a good card. So that means you force them to give you 2 cards that work well with each other over. And you could do this with 3 strike and 1 warning. But the thing is, this card is much better to draw onto turn 1 as well than strike or warning. This card is pretty much a win condition when drawn compared to strike, which is kind of average sometimes. And the last card in the deck is Formage Lysis. This card is, and I want to say it's a great card, but it's not a great card. It's when it's similar to Infection, where if a monster is destroyed, you get an Amorphage, except instead of adding it to your hand, it sets it to the scale, or activates it in the scale. It's not as good because it reduces the attack of all non-Amorphage monsters in the field by the number of Amorphage's cards on the field by 100. So with this card alone on the field, if every non-Amorphage loses 100 attack, which kind of balances itself out in that your opponent's monsters will also lose that 100 as well as your monsters. But the problem is when you're kind of going for aggressive plays, that can stilt what you can do. Okay, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a Amorphage. Oh wait, I have to do the extra deck. My bad. I'll go quickly through the extra deck. This is one kind of proxy card. This is probably like whatever level 8 you want to run. It doesn't really matter all that much. Just make sure you run the second level 8 Synchro. I mean, Cyframe Lord Omega is a good card. This Scarlight card is pretty good, actually. It's not bad. 1 Ignister. We run 2 Dinosaur and 1 Norden for the instant fusion. I still like 2 Dinosaur because it's still a really good card, especially when you're protecting an Amorphage lock, stopping them from attacking or destroying your scales with the Twin Twister. If you have the effect plus attributing lock up against monarchs, it's pretty damn good. 1 Magister. I don't feel 2 is really necessary. 1 King, 1 Arc, 1 Rhapsody, 1 Ragnar Zero, 1 Karn Gorgon, 1 Indweller, 1 Diamond Direwolf, 1 Daigusto Emerald, and 1 Castell. I don't feel like these need to really be explained because they're just kind of generic to most decks that are in the meta. I do use a few like tech cards like Rhapsody and Rhapsody, Karn Gorgon, Ragnar Zero, Solemn Downark. You don't see them played much, but it's literally because there's not a lot of options really available. You could run things like Giant Hand, but it's truly up to you. You don't really make a Giant Hand in this deck all that often because you'll lock out monster effects with Gluttony. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick video. I just figured I better get something out quickly after my Amorphage, what they do, just to kind of show off some of the builds I've been working on. And this is the first one that I kind of thought of doing, mixing with the PEPE engine while I get slots for the pure version. Aside from that, that's it really. If you want to ask me any questions in the comments, you can. If you want to message me, you can do that too. You can, whatever, just like and subscribe if you like the video and you want to see more. Thank you guys, and peace out.